Hola, buenos días. Es Nico.
Got a problem with something?
No, you're the one who's looking at me, and you're the one who's saying
No,
something.
you was just in my face, so I was just wondering.
Oh, I hope you didn't hear like my chair squeaking. I like this lighting better setup. Proper English. I like this lighting setting better. Like this setup better. I have my light, natural light. But yeah, so today we're gonna be talking about how Grindr is toxic. Yup. I don't want y'all dragging me this time. I'm just saying, I don't want y'all dragging me this time because the last time I told y'all about Grindr, y'all dragged the shit out of me. And I ain't talked about it since, bitch, because I'm like, I really don't need this in my life. I don't need this in my life. So yeah, so basically, I'm not even gonna talk about it in like the relationship aspect because we already talked about that in my video. That went viral, that got me dragged. But I'm gonna be talking about it in general because there's been a lot of filing my pills again. Those famous pills he's always rattling. Yes, bitch. I need to buy more of them because I'm almost out actually. Like y'all, this is about to be very sad. But yeah, so I'm talking about there's been a lot of incidents where people have been posting like screenshots of people just randomly attacking them on Grindr. As in this one where this guy was trying to talk to some guy and he sent him a selfie and he was like, I said fit. And the guy was like, oh, we're getting straight into it. It's like, it's bitches is like so terrible on there. And then there was another one. This one caught me off guard. It was a chuckle as in like, damn, bitch. A guy sent a selfie. He was like, I'm sorry, I'm not into guys over 35. And he was like, I'm 27. And the guy went, yeah, tell that lie to someone else.
Keep saying it. Just keep saying it. Keep saying it out loud. And maybe you will convince Hope, because you won't be convincing anybody else, so dream on.
I was just, damn, B. Like, damn, B. There's no, like, I never understood, like, the reason people were so, like, angry and bitter on Grindr, especially if somebody's trying to, like, hit on you. Like, if you don't find someone attractive, that's perfectly fine. But it seems like people on Grindr make it a point to be like, nah, bitch, I don't just find you unattractive. I want you to burn. And it's like, for what? What was the reason that you tried to destroy my self-esteem? Because even when I had Grindr, I purposely try not to keep Grindr. I told y'all why it's not good for relationships. Y'all can still drag me on that one if you want to, but it's not good for relationships along with, it's just very time consuming and very like obsessive, like you get locked into it. But I deleted Grindr because bitches was trying me too. I remember some white gay, I say that because it's usually a white gay that does this kind of thing. Like they'll just go out of their way to try to belittle you so that they have a better chance of getting your attention. And it never really works out for them, especially not in my case. I've never done that. But it's like this one gay, I remember I was minding my business and he messaged me. I don't usually reply to a lot of people just because it's like, if I'm not interested in you romantically, sexually, physically, etc., if you're not asking me to be your friend, if you're visibly flirting with me, there's no need for me to interact with you because I'm not going to reciprocate that. It's just I would be leading you on and then you would be even more upset. So I remember, I was like, oh, there's only 2 vitamins. That's it. That's the vitamins. I remember I was specifically not replying to him because I just was not interested in him. And he felt the need to come back like 5 minutes later and be like, your body's not even that great. It still needs some work. And I remember, I'm not one of those people that believes one body type is better than another body type. But I remember sitting down thinking, you're telling me someone that is not fit is telling me that my body is not fit enough. And I remember I sat down and thought about it like, you're telling me that I'm not good enough because my body isn't to a certain level of fitness, while your body is not above my body in fitness. It's like, I don't understand insulting people when you're insulting yourself in the same time. Like, if you came for my face, that's one thing. my face isn't top tier. So I'm like, bitch, if you want to come for my face, that's one thing. If you're going to come for my fitness level when you yourself are not at my fitness level, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? And I'm not, like I said, I personally don't view bodies like that. It's just the mindset of you're not good enough. Bitch, neither are you then. What are you talking about? I don't understand the need to try to belittle somebody just because they don't want to have sex with you. What is, like, are you knocking them down a peg because they made you feel a certain type of way? Everybody is not warranted a response, and everybody is definitely not warranted your body. So once again, Grindr is toxic. It's like a place where insecure gays gather around to attack and devour anybody that doesn't indulge them in their fantasy and or wants and needs. And I see that this is the case for white gays, especially when they're trying to talk to people of color and they're not reciprocating. And it's all of a sudden you should have been honored that I tried to speak to you, ugly black bitch. I'm just like, I wasn't an ugly black bitch when you was trying to fuck me, so I'm not understanding. It's I don't know. I purposely, especially apps wise, I purposely stay away from Grindr. I remember when I was talking about Grindr, somebody asked me, why don't you talk about Jacked? I'd be on Jacked, you know? Jacked is different. A lot of people on Jacked don't even want to hook up with you, you know what I mean? So it's all, Nico, what do you mean? Bitch, I had a whole phase before, okay? Meaning I've used multiple apps. Most people on Jacked, surprisingly, they either want to like chill with you first or they want to actually date you. So at least that's been my situation. It's like a lot of people don't try to just jump and have sex with me unless they're like sending me dick pics, you know, those blank profiles that, oh, I'm DL, you know, I'll unhide my album or some shit like that. But if it's a person with a legitimate photo, they will not try to sleep with me. They'll be like, oh, I don't really want to get fucked, you know, I kind of just want to hang out and get to know you and blah, 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 blah. And you know, back in the day, I should have appreciated that. But back in the day, I was on my thought shit. So I was like, I really don't. I'm not on Jack to like meet a boyfriend. You know what I mean? So point is, that's why I don't talk about Jack when I have these discussions about dating apps, because Jacked in itself, though it holds some risk with like robberies, because in Houston at least Jacked has been the cause of a few robberies. I personally haven't had like an issue with Jack. Like I've never had somebody come onto my profile on Jacked and racially attack me just because we're all black and or Latino interested in black. So it's like, why would you racially attack me on Jacked? It doesn't make sense. But on Grindr, it's a lot more of a mixing, like black, Middle Eastern, Latino, white. And that's when they usually have the opportunity to be like, oh, well, it's a black person in a space who thinks they're too good to have sex with me when they should feel honored that I want to have sex with them. So they attack them. But yeah, that's why I personally don't talk about Jacked in these kind of videos, because Jacked isn't really a problem with me, because I don't really have that many wacky scenarios with Jacked, except meth. I remember one time I tried to have sex off of Jack, there was meth. And I was like, oh, I'm going home. But I can say the same about Grindr. I had a situation where I tried to have sex on Grindr and there was meth. And I was like, oh, I'm going home. So it's not something exclusive to Jack. But yeah, other than that, Grindr is toxic. It is a breeding ground for hate and insecurities, because at the end of the day on Grindr, I mean, it did have the opportunity to have more like profile pictures, but at the end of the day on Grindr, you are a piece of meat. Like even the grid row, it's just a bunch of pictures of men, abs, faces, body. You are a piece of meat. You are being put on a market to be chopped up and sold to the best bidder. So it's like, it is a place where you're gonna be picked apart if somebody feels like they've been jaded. And I really don't have the time for that, especially because I'm not like super confident, but I'm one of those people that if you come for me, I know my self-worth. You know, like as soon as you try me, I'm like, bitch, you shouldn't have done that. So it's like, I don't personally like to be put on a chopping block, especially when bitches be trying me for no reason other than you didn't want to sleep with me. It's not for me. But yeah, long video. If you guys have had any experience like the ones that I put in these pictures, please tell me about it, because I've had quite a few where somebody has literally tried to tear me down just because I didn't want to have sex with them, or when I tried to have sex with them in order to be like a catty bitch, you know? If you've had any of those experiences, please let me know. Also, sorry for like the pauses and shit. You know, after a cold, you get that cough. So I'm like trying my best to have a full-on conversation while not coughing.
And once again, a quick thank you to all my patrons on Patreon, and a quick shout out to my third eye tier patrons. Your support means everything to me and helps me do this a lot more smoothly. I will also be listing this week's live stream topic in case anybody wants to join in on the fun. I will see you guys there.